been a snow-filled day in southern Ohio, but these fans all set to tackle what may come here at Paycor Stadium in Cincinnati. Tonight on this fine Thursday night, we've got a good one in store, as it'll be the Baltimore Ravens taking on the Cincinnati Bengals. Just about set for a start. Happy to have you with us, and we are underway here on Thursday Night Primetime. And not much happening on the return as he'll get this to about the 23. The number 8, Lamar Jackson, trotting onto the field at quarterback, ready to lead this Ravens offense.
And he remains the league's premier rushing threat and one of the biggest playmakers among quarterbacks. His goal each and every season, continue to expand his game as a passer and become well-rounded. All those highlight reel plays you see, they come off the fact that he can run it, throw it, and scares defenses every time he takes a snap.
Jackson looking to throw right away. That's complete. It's Rashad Bateman. And he's taken down but able to slip across the 35. A good start offensively. 15 yards on the game's initial play.
Well, they obviously read man coverage their partner, and he got downfield, broke down the defender, made him
What do you mean by that?
Yeah, he made him think he was going to run a different route. Probably thought he was going to take it upfield. Then he curls back inside for the completion.
Here's the former Heisman winner. It's Derrick Henry. Trying to run inside, but nothing there. No gain on the play. It'll be second down.
As usual, the hallmark of a good run defense, linebackers making plays near the line of scrimmage. Absolutely nowhere to run there.
Here's 2nd and 10. Jackson. And Walker has it. And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down. But a nice little gain. That'll leave them with a 3rd and 2 coming up. They got 8 yards there.
And I think this is a route we'll see more of as this game goes on, because with his speed, they want to get him the ball in space on drag routes just like this. They want him to get the ball and run after the catch. Good job there, though, holding him for a short gain.
And he's got a first down as he's up to the 48. A 3rd down gain of 3 yards, and that'll be enough.
That's good. Well, it wasn't a goal line situation, but how about the goal line formation on 3rd and short? They went in and went heavy. No surprise that it was going to get the football. How about the power exhibited there?
Yeah, that was just put a hat on a hat, drive forward. Nice job to pick it up. They keep it with Henry on 1st down. And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. Officially no gain on the play, and it's 2nd down. This defense, tough to run against. And those linebackers, they'll go side to side up the field, and there they get them for no gain.
If you can't get linemen upfield to the 2nd level to occupy them, they have a field day just running to the football and putting ball carriers on the ground. Not many yards after contact when they wrap up like that.
And he's got this down a yard or two shy of the 40 before he's out of bounds. So the completion results there in 9 yards. And they'll be faced with a 3rd and inches. Jackson will keep it. And he will have a Ravens first down, maybe by about a yard as they find a way to convert on 3rd and inches.
There may have been a little bit of an element of surprise there. 3rd and inches, and they go quarterback sneak. I still feel like this is a play that often is reserved for 4th down.
Clock rolling as we hit the midway point of this first quarter. A first down carry for Henry. To the 36-yard line, stop there.
I think that's the type of run we'll continue to see throughout this game. The snow coming down, I don't expect a lot of big plays to be broken.
They'll work from the 36 on 2nd and 6. Jackson, option right. And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. Now they're going to be dealing with a 3rd and 7 as that one officially a loss of 1. And not a lot of success to be found there.
Oh, you got that right, partner, because if you're trying to make guys miss about 10 yards or so downfield, that's a pretty good play. But if you've got to do it in your own backfield, I consider that a problem. That doesn't work too well.
Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. And he's got another first down as the tackle's going to be made at the Bengals 21. 16 yards on that one and a Raven first.
A gain of 16 yards and a Raven first down.
Well, they clearly wanted to come out, Charles, and be aggressive throwing the football, and they've been pretty efficient along with that aggressiveness. He's now 4 of 4 on this opening drive.
Yeah, and that's led to a fresh set of downs. I like what he's doing back there. You can tell he's at ease. Feels good about what he's doing. I think if I'm the play caller, I'm reading that. I'm continuing to let him throw the football.
Back-to-back nice plays, 12 yards that time and a first down. Quite the opening drive march they're on right now.
It looks a lot like what we saw in practice prior to the game, doesn't it? You know, because on that last big practice beforehand, you go through your offensive script. You go through your play calling. You go through all the stuff and establish things, and it looks like it's going like clockwork right now for them.
And he was able to shed one tackle but could not get away from there. Only a yard that time, 2nd and goal.
That's a nice job there defensively, being able to diagnose that little touch pass. They saw it coming, converged on him before he could get much out of it.
Here's 2nd and goal, operating from the 8-yard line. Play action. It's Jackson. He's got it. And now a fumble. The ball's out. And the Bengals have recovered it.
Whenever we call a game that's in the snow, we have to focus a little bit more, trying to make sure we get the right numbers on plays that we're calling right, the right guys in the game.
And now before the ball changes hands, they're going to take a look at this just to make sure that they have it right.
After review of the play, the ruling on the field is reversed.
So that one overturned. They say the knee was down, and that will not be ruled a fumble. So crisis averted, but now facing 3rd and goal. Throwing is Jackson. They set up the screen for Henry. And in for the Ravens touchdown. Derrick Henry from 3 yards out. And the Ravens get the upper hand as they're on the board first here this afternoon. Quite the drive there to get things started. They took up the bulk of the first quarter, and they end up in the end zone.
And I love your last point. Ended up in the end zone. Because a lot of teams like those long drives, especially to keep their offense off the field, right? Keep the ball away from them. But they finished it with a touchdown. That's the exclamation point. Now, flip it over defensively. They've got to slow that down somehow, right? Maybe they need to be a little more aggressive. Maybe a few more pressures towards the quarterback.
Now after the touchdown, Luke back out to kick this one away. And they'll get him down inside the 30 at the 27. Cincinnati now ready to take the field.
At their own 27-yard line.
Burrow and the Bengals with a 1st and 10 at their own 27. Burrow going to get this out to Chase. And he's going to lose yardage and be backed up to the 25. That one unable to develop, never got going. A loss of a couple, and it's 2nd down. After one, 7-0 on EA Sports. Ready for the second quarter from Cincinnati. It's the Bengals with the football here as they've got it 2nd down and 12. And he'll go right it back to Chase. That's caught again. And this will be a gain of 5 as he gets it to the 30.
Jamar Chase. It's a gain of 5. Brings up 3rd and 7.
Here's 3rd and 7. Now it's Burrow. Looking deep here for Chase. And that's caught inside the 30. And all the way in for a Cincinnati score. Jamar Chase, 69 yards. And the Bengals are an extra point away from evening this one up. They said that they wanted to get him involved early, and what a way to cap their opening drive, Charles. We know he's one of the fastest receivers in the NFL, and he showcased it on that play.
And when you have a guy like that, you want to make sure the defense sees him early, right? You want to see how they're going to adjust, how they're going to try and guard him, because they can't replicate his speed in practice unless they've got one of the few guys who are as fast as he is. And all it took was one drive. He burned them, and I don't think it's the last time they call his number in this one.
Each team's had it. Each team has scored. 7-7 here as the kick's away. And able to get this across the 20, but not much further as he's dropped at the 23-yard line. This Ravens offense heads back out there, led by Lamar Jackson. Last drive, surgeon-like, dare I say, 7 for 7. That'll help your QB rating.
It will indeed, won't it? Can you figure out QB rating? Can you do it? Can you do the formula?
No, I just know the higher the number, the better.
Yeah, that's what I've been told,
That's what I know.
I know that in the NFL, 158.3 is the number they're all trying to get to. I think he was that on that last drive.
To throw is Jackson. That ball caught. It's Mark Andrews, the tight end. And that's good for a pickup of 10 yards. And that'll leave him with a second and just a few inches left.
A lot of tight ends just use their size and their strength, try to occupy some space and kind of body people away and catch the football. But not this guy. He's a refined route runner. Makes me wonder if he took some dance classes in his background with his footwork.
Henry out of the pistol.
2nd and inches is oftentimes an invitation for an offense coordinator to take a big shot downfield because he feels like he can come back on 3rd down and pick up the 1st down. But sometimes you just don't want to break tendency. Stay with what you are, stay with who you know, and go get the 1st down. That's exactly what they did.
In motion left, Flowers. He'll get an opportunity with it on the touch pass. And he gets this up across the 35 before he's out of bounds. A gain of 3, 2nd down.
A 3-yard pickup brings up 2nd and 7.
A toss left, Henry. Trying to get out wide, but he's going to be tackled right near the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play, and it's going to bring up a 3rd down.
The running lanes have definitely not been there for him here in the 1st half, and I don't think it's all been his fault. His offensive line hasn't given him much space. A loss results there.
From the gun on 3rd down, Jackson. Pass taken in by his big tight end. And they'll get this well past midfield before being stopped just before the 35. He got 29 yards that time.
We often hear the phrase sure-handed tight ends, and he certainly fits into that category. Plus, he's got a quarterback who knows to look his way when they need a big pickup. And on this play, he finds him for the 1st down.
On the counter, it's Henry. Trying to keep those big legs churning, but he's going to go down in the backfield. How about Jonathan Allen there, pushing upfield to make the stop behind the line?
An interesting and intriguing decision there defensively because they kept extra DBs on the field despite seeing the multiple tight end look that came out for the offense.
I thought they were going to switch out of it. I didn't know if they felt they didn't have time or what the case was.
Well, in any event, the extra speed allowed for great penetration as they stuffed that one behind the line of scrimmage.
Jackson to Andrews on that one. First down, Baltimore.
And it's a real luxury when you have a guy who can turn a short throw into a solid gain at any moment. Once he caught that ball, he ID'd where the open grass was and got there in a hurry to pick up a new set of downs for his offense.
Running from the gun with Henry. And the running lane's non-existent in this first half as they'll stop him behind the line. And Miles Murphy, he's the one who got in there and hit him for a loss.
With his size, he's a tough man to bring down, but they do a nice job there stopping his progress and not allowing him to get back to the line of scrimmage.
From the gun, Jackson. He finds Bateman over the middle. They'll wind up getting 10 back there as it'll leave them with a 3rd and 5.
A gain of 10 yards. And it's 3rd down.
Coming up to the line, and they will need to run another play here before the 2-minute warning. Now Jackson. He's got his man. It's Andrews. And he is out of bounds. Looks like right at the 15. Give him a gain of 5 on the completion. And it'll be 4th down.
I thought maybe when he caught it, he'd have a good chance of getting that first down, but that's a nice job of holding him up and preventing him from getting to the sticks.
Now the Bengals going to use the first of their timeouts. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this second quarter. John Harbaugh going to roll the dice. They're going for it on 4th down. They'll try and run the option. And he'll have the first down, getting this one to the 14-yard line.
That's another Baltimore first down. 1st and 10 at the 14-yard line.
Jackson. And that'll be caught by the big tight end, Andrews. So the completion results there in 9 yards. And it'll bring up a 2nd and short. Now a timeout called for by the defense. So that means they're down to 1 remaining here as we head toward halftime. From the 5 now, 2nd and a yard. Tenth carry now for Derrick Henry. And he'll get in. Touchdown, Baltimore. Derrick Henry with his 2nd touchdown here in this first half. And the Ravens have taken the lead. So, partner, it was a passing game that drove them down the field, but when they get close, they trust that man in the backfield, and he took him home.
And they trust their offensive line as well because so many of these units, they specialize in either pass protection or run blocking. This group shows its versatility and gets both done on this drive.
Extra point through the snowflakes, up and good. And that makes the score 14-7. Now after the touchdown, Luke back out to kick this one away. Oh, good return up past the 30. Jamar Chase hoping to be at center stage yet again as the offense returns to the field. He's been good so far to this point in the second quarter. Need to get him even more involved, maybe?
I would agree with that. Definitely. Yeah, it's not even a question for me. The way he's playing, he's doing a nice job. Increase things. More touches, more opportunities. Maybe that can reverse things on the scoreboard for them.
They'll try to ratchet things up then maybe here in the second quarter. Now it's Burrow. It's a short one here, complete to his tight end. That'll go for a gain of 7, and it'll be second down.
And his play caller does a nice job of giving him an easy throw to start this drive, and he takes advantage of it. The completion sets up a manageable second down.
Here's 2nd and 3. Here's Burrow setting up to throw it. That one taken in by T. Higgins. And Higgins is going to have a Bengals first down as he'll be brought down at the 42-yard line.
First down. 1st and 10 at the 42-yard line.
Here's Burrow. This will be caught by Brown. Now the Bengals going to signal for their 3rd and final timeout as they get the stoppage with a little over 50 seconds to go in the first half. Just need a yard here, 2nd and 1. They'll give this up the middle to Brown. And he'll be brought down, it looks like right at the 40. That one, a first down pickup of 8.
2nd and 1 is often an invitation to take the big shot downfield. I'll bet the offensive lineman said, "Are you kidding? We just get on our backs and let's go get the first down." They love being physical.
Now Burrow. It's out, it's loose. And this ball recovered by the offense, but remember, they cannot advance it here in the final 2 minutes of the half. So this will be blown dead, and it'll come back to the spot of the fumble. Final play of the half for Burrow and company. And he's going to go down. Couldn't get a throw off with the pressure. Maybe that was for the best, as that brings us to the end of this first half of play. Welcome back. Halftime over. We are ready for quarter number 3. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gordon. Not much has changed since we left you at halftime. The snow still continuing to fall as we are back underway. Oh, a dangerous return man showing it here. And he nearly broke that for more, but as it is, still a good return. They'll start the drive right around the 37. The Bengal offense now with a football first here to begin quarter number 3. And they're still very much in this game, although they do trail. What's the game plan, Charles, for the second half?
It might be a little counterintuitive because most people will think losing equals passing the ball more, but I'd establish the running game. They kind of went away from it in the first half. I think if they get back in balance, it'll help them when they put the ball back in the air.
And he has a big gain inside the 40 before being dropped. Fresh out of the locker room, they hit him with a gain of over 20.
At halftime, you had to feel like the defense had to be in a good position. They had to feel good about themselves. They'd had this guy boxed in all game long, but after that run, that might be the breakthrough that he's looking for. Now they may have some difficulty dealing with him the rest of today.
They go right back to the ground here, and Brown. And he'll lose yardage here, back at the 41. And that's Tavius Robinson, who made that play defensively.
This defense is just flat getting after it. They have not given up much of anything in the run game. Case in point right there.
Now they contend with a 2nd and 12 after the loss. From the shotgun, Joe Burrow. Over the middle, complete. It's Brown. So 5 yards here, 5 on the play. 3rd and 7 now. But he's already proven to be a factor in the running game on this drive. Now he gets involved in the passing game.
I think what we're seeing here is the modern version of workhorse in the NFL, being able to run it and catch it with equal proficiency.
Burrow will throw. And that will be incomplete. Now a pause, and there's an injured Raven in need of some assistance. Well, now they're going to come out and take a look at this injury, and we'll be back in a moment. So on fourth down, off goes Burrow. On comes Evan McPherson for the Bengal field goal. McPherson's kick is good. And they'll cut the lead back down to 4 now at 14-10. So they were facing the deficit coming out of the locker room at intermission, and at least they're able to get the field goal to cut into that deficit.
Yeah, now your offense feels pretty good about itself, right? A little bit more up to speed coming out of the break. You turn to your defense now and say, hey, we got 3 there. We're chipping into the lead. Can you help us out? Hold them. And let's get the ball back for us.
So after the made field goal, here's McPherson to send this one away. And he's up across the 25 and down at the 28. The Ravens offense getting ready now for their first possession of the second half. And right now they're saying, hey, let's keep this going. 2 drives, 2 touchdowns.
Yeah, can't ask for a better start than that, can you? I mean, this is the way you practice it. This is the way you rehearse it. But right now, the play calling, they're locked in really well.
Jackson and the Ravens come up now 1st and 10 at their own 28-yard line. They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. He'll get this to Flowers, left side. And down right around the 32-yard line, 4 yards on the pickup.
An ex-teammate used to tell me all the time, I hate experienced quarterbacks because no matter what, you really can't hide what you're doing. And I think that right there, he knew right away where the blitz was coming from, where his primary guy was going to be, and he ended up going to a secondary target for a nice game.
I was just going to ask you, that wasn't the primary target. He's so good at that, isn't he?
I think he knew right away that he wasn't going to get to his primary guy. I think he read that as soon as he got to the line of scrimmage, knew where the pressure was going to come from, and said, I know how to beat that, and that's what he did.
A big one there for the Ravens. It goes for 18.
Well, I like the play design there. They occupied the defense downfield, everyone trying to account for someone. But unfortunately, they didn't account for the running back slipping out of the backfield, and he was absolutely unnoticed and wound up getting big yards on that play.
A slant route caught by Bateman. They'll wind up getting 7 on the play, and that will bring up 2nd down.
Nothing fancy on 1st down, but a very consistent type of a play. Hit that slant. A lot of people call it an extension of the running game, and it can be if that pass is completed, because you hit a guy on the run like that, you often can go for big yardage.
Sets him up nicely for 2nd down, staying ahead of schedule. Henry running right. And it's been like this all night long. Nowhere to run as they stop him behind the line. And we got a pause following the play because it appears a member of the Bengals in some discomfort. Well, hopefully, obviously nothing serious here. Medical staff, though, going to take a peek, and we'll take a break. Third down and 6. Here's Jackson. Able to find the open man. That's complete. And he's got another 1st down as the tackle's going to be made at the Bengals 21. That's a 3rd down conversion of 24 yards there. Nice play. And defensively, they were in zone coverage there. Do you have to be a little careful? You're losing playing against a good quarterback like he is to not play too much zone?
Yeah, you have to be careful about how much time you're giving up. I think it's a good point you just brought up. So maybe if you still want to play zone, you go to a zone blitz scheme. And you can drop anyone out of your defensive front, defensive end, defensive tackle. It doesn't matter. You just exchange someone to bring more pressure towards the quarterback and still try and cover downfield.
A good position to be in here, 2nd and inches. They'll motion the tight end across the formation. Now flags, and we're going to get a delay of game.
Delay of game, offense.
Of course, that flag accepted, and it backs the ball up 5 yards.
Still second down.
They still need about the length of the football here, maybe a little less as they come up on 2nd and inches. After the penalty, it's Henry. And he'll be stopped after a gain of only a couple down to the 15-yard line. In the first half, he was held in check on the ground, but despite that lack of production, they still have the lead.
And they've got to feel fortunate about that. If they could actually get production from their lead horse, that would help open up this offense and widen this margin too. Jackson now. And unable to connect. If he had caught it, it would have been a first down. Instead, it's 4th. I see the surprise in your face there, partner. That is a rare incompletion from him. He's been on point this entire game.
He has percentage completion-wise way up. Not that time. On 4th down, on is Tyler Luke for the Baltimore field goal. From the left hash, just a 32-yard attempt. And his kick is indeed good. And that moves him up by a touchdown now at 17-10. So a nice kick there as they are able to add on to their lead.
And that's exactly what you're looking to do. Maneuver yourself into range. That way, if your drive stalls out, you're able to get something out of it. And they do so right there.
Back to it now after the made field goal. Here's Luke to kick this one away. And it's a pretty good return here as he'll get this up to the 29. Now the Cincinnati offense ready to see what they can do here. They find themselves down 17-10 as they come up on a 1st and 10. Looking to put a drive together. And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up 2nd down.
It's been clear in this matchup which side has been the more physical one. It's been this defense. And here's another example on that last play.
3rd quarter of a tight football game as we come up on a 2nd and 10. Burrow looking to pass. That's complete to the tight end Sample. 9 yards, and that leaves him just short, so it'll be 3rd and less than a yard.
And there's a completion to the tight end. And look at the size of these players nowadays. At that spot, 6'4", 6'5", and up. A lot of guys used to be basketball players, somehow came back to football. And that's really good for the game of football. You're getting better athleticism, great hand-eye coordination, guys who know how to control their bodies when they run their routes.
He'll wind up getting 2 there as he does it himself and picks up the 1st.
I don't know about you, but I like this call. 3rd and inches, and instead of worrying about getting it back to a running back and maybe there's some penetration from the defensive front, just go ahead and take it, move forward, and pick up the 1st down.
And as we say often, shows confidence in your offensive line. On 1st and 10, here's Brown. And that play went nowhere. Losing yardage. It'll be back at the 36. Across the line and to the ball quickly there, Trey Hendrickson.
Well, we saw a lot of negative plays that resulted in plenty of lost yardage in the first half, and that trend is continuing here.
From the shotgun, it's Burrow. And the Raven pressure too much. Down he goes. Credit that sack to Travis Jones. Fourth quarter coming up here on Thursday Night Prime Time. We'll return with more after this break. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Back now in Cincinnati. It's the Bengals. They've got the football, but they trail here as we get rolling in quarter number 4. So that'll leave Burrow and the Bengals with a 3rd and long after that sack we just saw. Now back to throw. Got him in. It's Brown. And he'll get up near the 45. They'll spot it at the 44. 14 yards, but they're still well shy of a first as that leads to 4th down.
We can make this one pretty simple. Locked up all of his progressions downfield, forced to get it to his running back. But how about the way they ran to the football and knocked him down to force a 4th down?
On 4th down, the punt team is on as this is sent away. 42-yard punt, 6 on the return. And the Ravens, they'll take over. Baltimore about ready to go on offense. They have the lead, obviously, late in the game. I guess the good news for them is if for some reason they would make a mistake, a field goal does the opposition no good.
Everyone loves to have a little bit of a cushion, and that helps you immeasurably. But the bottom line is, do all the things that you're taught in order to close out the game. Don't even let that become an issue.
Yeah, but still a one-possession game. This one not fully over yet. They'll start on the ground. It's Derrick Henry. And they'll get 8 out of this before being stopped at the 28.
And that's just an ideal run to start this drive because they're in full ball control mode now. So if you keep ripping off 7, 8, 9 yards of carry, you're going to have a great chance of finishing off this game.
Line of scrimmage, the 28 now as they come up on 2nd and a couple. In motion, the tight end. 2nd down, they go again with Henry. 42 yards on the ground for him now as he's done that on 15 carries.
And this is exactly what you're looking to do offensively. If you can start stringing some runs together like this, you'll keep churning out 1st downs, and that's going to put you in a great position to carry this one home.
A solid run by Derrick Henry, and here's another 1st and 10. Here's a give up the middle. And he'll power ahead, but only for about 3 yards. 2nd down coming up. And I'm guessing you'd say this is kind of the key here. Grind out some yardage, work on that clock, see if you can continue to tick it down.
Definitely, you want to bleed things out at this point, right? Continue to possess the football, gain some yardage, and put the onus on the defense. Do they have to use timeouts? What are they going to do to stop you? You're taking charge.
And the busy night for Henry continues. And a nice job to break free of 1 tackle, but it slowed his momentum somewhat, and he's taken down right after. It's a 6-yard run, leaves him with about a foot or so here still to go to hit the marker with 3rd down coming up. Jackson's going to try the sneak. And he will have a Ravens 1st down, maybe by about a yard as they find a way to convert on 3rd and inches.
It's been a good drive so far. They just wanted to keep it going, so they call low-risk, low-reward play. No one's worried about picking up big yardage here. Quarterback sneak, keep the chains moving, and pick up another 1st down.
Now flags come in. I think one of the Ravens got going a little early. The crowd's not doing that O-line any favors.
Home field advantage is really kicking in, making it very difficult for them to hear the snap count.
The false start backs them up 5, 1st and 15. And now Jackson will look to throw it. And a quick throw here, that's complete. And he'll be brought down, losing yardage back at the 40. The completion, but they go in the wrong direction. A loss of yards, and now they're dealing with a 2nd and long.
Now, I'm not putting him in the Hall of Fame, but if you look at the great linebackers in history, they all have that ability to innately sense where a play is going, sometimes even before the ball snaps, and they're there, and they end up making the play.
And he's able to get this one out closer to midfield across the 45. That will go as a pickup of 7 on the 7th play of the drive. A long way to go here on 3rd down for the 8th play of the drive. Now it's Jackson. He'll try and do this himself. And a nice job there defensively to contain him and get him to the ground a few yards short of the first down marker. Pretty solid gain of 7 yards that time as he scrambled, but now they face a 4th down.
Well, it certainly appears to me that the defensive guys are starting to look a little bit tired while he still has some fresh legs. Not the biggest gain we've seen on a scramble, but still some positive yardage on a play that initially looked like a sure win for the defense.
And they won't get a chance to bring this one back. It goes out of bounds, back near their own 20. Cincinnati now ready to take the field. The last series for them, a little disappointing, forced to punt. And now they'll try to do better here and come away with some points as they begin this drive, 1st and 10. Burrow going to lead up the Bengals here, 1st and 10 at their own 21. They'll try and start this drive in the air. It's a short one here, complete to the tight end. And just 3 yards on the catch there. He couldn't get away. And that's going to bring up 2nd down. One thing I think that's safe to say defensively, the tackling's been really good.
And because of that, it's been very, very hard for them to move the ball because you're not getting the benefits of run after catch. You're tackling them almost on the spot. That means you have to run extra plays, harder to move it.
Flag comes out, and that's because the offense did not get the play off in time.
And you can see the head coach, he is not happy. Everyone getting away from him right now because he's frustrated that they didn't get the ball snapped in time.
Still 2nd down.
Out of the gun, it's Burrow. Now a short one to Gesicki. He is taken down at the 21 after a short gain of 2.
That was an okay hook up there with his tight end, but unfortunately, they didn't get the kind of yards they had hoped for. That's going to bring up 3rd down.
4th quarter, down to the final 2 minutes, and we've got a 1-score game. So the Bengals in possession of the football here as we get you reset. They face a critical 3rd down now, needing a score here in the late going. And he will not be able to hang on through the contact. It's incomplete. The coverage strong, and now it's 4th down.
Partner, they've got one chance left to keep this one going, and I think for you and me, let's think along with their offensive coordinator now. Has to think back, cycle through every play of this contest, and remember what's worked and what hasn't. Because right here, he needs the best play of the game in order to keep this one alive.
And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. They had to go for it with such little time remaining, and the Ravens get the football back and in great shape. So now let's look at the situation. They do have all 3 timeouts remaining, so barring a 1st down, they could conceivably get the ball back.
So now it's all about defense and stopping the clock. Don't give up any yardage, right? Use your timeouts. And your offense always practices going downfield without timeouts. You know, those 2-minute drills, most of them are run in practice without the benefit of timeouts and want to make it as tough a situation as possible. They're in it right now.
Now the Bengals going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming 2nd down play. Henry will get it. He's been busy today. And he is into the end zone for a Baltimore touchdown. Derrick Henry, a 12-yard touchdown run. And the Ravens have opened up a 2-touchdown lead here this 4th quarter. Well, this, of course, set up by the stop a moment ago on 4th down, and now that might be the score that puts this one officially out of reach.
And it's a tough one because your hands are tied when you're losing in the 4th quarter because you know you've got to make something happen. They couldn't pick up the 1st down, and after that, the air just went right out of the balloon, and you knew you were looking at a defeated team.
Now after the touchdown, Luke back out to kick this one away. And a good return as he'll be stopped just shy of the 30-yard line. So Burrow and the Bengals down by 2 touchdowns. A minute 37 remaining. It's been a struggle to score all day, and now they need to do it twice here late to have a chance. Burrow. Pass complete to Higgins. And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down. But a nice little gain. At this stage, this drive's got to be touchdown or bust because you need 2 of them.
And if I'm the offensive play caller, I'm not just looking at my dagger plays downfield. I'm looking at some of my specials, something that can fool them and give you a big play now.
With a sense of urgency.
No doubt.
Oh, and a heck of an effort there as he'll make the diving catch. The Bengals going to use the second of their timeouts as he'll get a chance to talk it over after picking up the first down.
At the 46-yard line.
They will toss to Brown. And he is out of bounds inside the 35.
Despite the score, despite the deficit, no quitting this guy. He's running angry, running through arm tackles. He wants to change what that scoreboard is saying.
1st and 10 at the 34-yard line.
One timeout at their disposal, but more pressing is the need for 2 scores, obviously. Here's 1st and 10. They keep it on the ground. Again, it's Brown. And he's going to take this one down to the 25.
This drive is turning into an extended one, and the guy carrying the ball, he's becoming more like a body blows guy. Every carry is putting some damage on the defense. So after a while, I'm not too sure how many guys are going to want to run up and tackle him.
Here's 2nd and a yard. Throwing, Burrow. It connects quickly to Jamar Chase. And Chase going to pick up a Bengals first down as he's down at the 17-yard line. Now the Bengals going to signal for their 3rd and final timeout as the clock will stop with 35 seconds left to go. Here's 1st down. A first carry for Samaje Perine. And he'll take this one down near the 15.
And the big fella stuffed that one up in a big way. I think doubling him has to be a priority because you can't move up to the next level if you don't take care of him first.
This is 2nd and 8. Here's Burrow. Throw right side here going to be incomplete.
A lot of practice time, a lot of thinking goes into 2-minute drills, even on the defensive side. So now you want to make sure the guys understand. Continue to be aggressive, but make sure you're smart in doing so.
Well, the elements, the crowd, the situation, this is NFL football at its best. Here's 3rd down. And he's wrapped up.